good, thanks. You weren't doing so good. No, I had a little bit of a rolly tongue.
Wait a minute. What do you have on the top of your head?
Oh, you noticed.
How can you not notice? You got a Santa hat on.
Well, a couple of 3 reasons I have on that.
Inform me, please. Enlighten me.
Well, I have it on because it reminds me of the good news.
Good news?
Yeah, because Christmas is all about Jesus coming home.
Okay, I get that part. Any other reason? You said I've got 2 or 3 reasons. What's another reason?
Well, it's red. And red in the state in which we live.
That's Nebraska?
Yeah, the state in which we live. We're to wear it on Friday and to be remindful of, to be thankful for and say prayers for our healthcare workers.
Wow, that's a good thing to do. There's another reason?
Well, being a Husker fan, the coach said the other day, if we're going to have a season this year, we better stick to all the self-quarantines and stuff.
Wow, that's really something. Okay. But you say you're feeling better?
Well, yeah, I think I am.
Did you think you had it?
Had it?
Yeah, you know. Yep.
Oh, you mean that COVID-19 stuff?
Yeah. What do you think? I thought you might have it.
Well, honest?
Please be honest.
Okay. Well, I couldn't help but run through my mind.
Well, I thought so.
But that's what I let it and tried to let it do.
What's that?
Just run through my mind.
Tell me more.
Well, I would like to talk about it a little bit more because I found out it was easy if I set my mind on it for a very long time.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I began to get nervous and fearful for me and those who've been around me.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
Well, that's the feelings that began to rise when I set my mind there very long.
Well, where did you set your mind?
Well, I really fought to set my mind on what I didn't know.
Which you didn't know if you had it or not.
That's right, I didn't know that. We took precautions and stuff.
Well, that's good.
But I also try to set my mind on the good news, the things that we do know.
Wow, that's good. What is all that?
Well, that's what we're going to talk a little bit about today.
I suppose that's my cue to exit.
It is. Who knows? We may see Animal again before we're done today. Hey, I want to thank you for your prayers and thoughts. Very much. Yeah, we did take some precautions over here because I wasn't feeling real good for several hours there. Just a rolly tummy and until my voice is still not back. It's more animalish today than dailish a little bit today. But we just want to just kind of share some things that's really come out of this for me again to remind myself what we need to remind myself of. And there was some actions that we learned earlier on in one of our segments, and we're going to bring it back from time to time. And the actions, for some of you might remember, some of you this may be brand new. It starts off with we. Do that with me. We. We'll go like this. Have. And hold on to it. Have. Do that much. We have good news. Like some of my friends reminded me earlier, that's like the X on the treasure map and like the plus in our lives, but also like the cross. Good news, even in hard times. Let's do it all together. We have good news, even in hard times. We do. And that's what we're celebrating. That's what we want to celebrate with you, the few moments I have with you each day. And so that's a good question. Are we going to set our mind on the good news or on the hard times? Because where we set our minds makes a difference with how we, remember we're special because we begin thinkers, feelers, choosers. Our feelers get all churned up sometimes. How about you? Mine does. But a lot of that has to do with what we're doing with our thinker. What we're doing. Let me get ready. I'd like to share a character with you. We met this character the other day. Let's see. Animal, would you mind wearing the Santa hat for a minute?
I'll be glad to.
Thank you very much. This is a friend that I had a chance to act out the other day. I'll set my glasses over here for a moment. In fact, I might come over here and just kind of stay here to share this character. This is a prop character, and this is the prop we use. maybe some of you are meeting this guy for the first time. There is a story about this I think might kind of help us think it through. Oh, hi! Shrew here. That's my name, Shrew. James Shrew. Kids in the neighborhood just call me Old Man Shrew. That's because that's what I am, an old man. Let's see, I have a story I was supposed to tell. Oh, yeah. You see, I'm so old, I remember some other hard times. Back when there was a war going on, a big war all across the world. In fact, the time wasn't a whole lot different from what it feels now. We're kind of warring against that virus stuff. Back then, we were warring against an enemy clear across the ocean. You know, we were, and I got real anxious about it. It was real jumbled up in my tummy about that. And I found myself just getting real mad sometimes, just kind of lashing out at those around me, and just feeling real guilty about stuff I didn't know. I just felt all kinds of stuff in me. So my daddy felt like it'd be a good thing for me to go visit a brother of his down the panhandle of Oklahoma. Yeah, I did. I'd never been out on a ranch before, but sent me down there, rode the train, got out there. They picked me up, took me out the ranch. Yeah, that was my Uncle Monty. Yeah, he was a good feller. Yeah, tried to teach me how to run. First, I still have this old. Let me get this. Excuse me, just a moment. Yeah. Someday you'll get old too. Bending over is hard to do. His hat kind of falling apart, but it's about as old as I am. I'm falling apart some too, I guess. What do you think? Yeah, they gave me that hat, yeah, to wear out in the ranch. Yeah, they did. Tried to teach me how to be a cowboy, walk like a cowboy, and rope like a cowboy. Yeah, they did. Even ride a horse like a cowboy. That's where I'm getting to. There's a point to my story. Oh yeah, I remember it now. They tried to teach me how those horses are big. Scared me real bad. But they got me on one of those things. I held the reins thing. It says kind of like riding a bicycle. And where you go, I didn't know what I was doing, but they said, get on, you'll do just fine. I think they were kind of laughing at me all the time. But we just started, my horse had a mind of its own. It decided to go over and seek this really good looking grass over there. I found later it may be good looking, but it wasn't good for him. Because he started eating that, started getting real frisky and just started getting bouncing around. And pretty soon I was on the ground. Helped me right back up. That silly horse went right back that same old patch of ground. And it started bouncing me off, really. Before they helped me on the horse again, they said, don't let the horse eat out of there. I said, don't let it. It wanted to. He said, don't let it. I said, what you do? He says, take those reins and keep it away from there. Steer it away from there. I said, why? He said, because that's loco weed. Eats that loco weed, he gets loco. Kind of crazy. I said, tell me about it. So I got back on that horse. It wanted to go right back, but I took control. I thought, and took the horse over to some grass that my Uncle Monty's horse was eating out of it. That worked a whole lot better. Keep it away from that local weed. Worked a whole lot better. Later that night, my uncle told me something I'll never forget, ever. It's helping me right to this day. He said, my mind is kind of like my horse today. I said, what do you mean? He said, if we're not careful, our mind will run off and start chewing on local stuff, things we don't know nothing about, things that cause us to fear, wonder, anxious, guilt, all kinds of feelings. I said, I know about that, Uncle Monty. He says, but if we take the reins, our chooser, and we take it over to chew on some good stuff, the good news stuff. I said, like what? Well, he says, well, for God so loved the world, that's a pretty good place to start. We sang a little song together, Jesus loves me this song. He said, that's a pretty good place to go. You know, when my mind started to go to those things, I started to feel a lot better. forgot that lesson. Norma had. In fact, during these hard times, it's helping me all over again. Don't let my mind go to that loco stuff. I don't know how long is this going to last. I'm an old person. It can affect me worse than anybody. How's it going? I don't know. I don't ignore that stuff. Hear me. I need to be aware of it, but I don't let my mind dwell there. I pull it back over the good news. Same as when I was a boy. For God so loved the world. Well, Jesus loves me. Helps my feeler feel better. Can't say it much better than that. We have good news, even in hard times. Question for me and you, friends. Are we going to focus on the good news or on the hard times? There's some actions we learned a little bit about some good news, and we may go through that, but let's do an imagination action thing. Can we do that real quick? Huh? Yeah, that's when we... kids, young and old out there, if you want to stand on up and get involved, go riding a horse. You see, never ridden a horse? I haven't either. Much horses scare me. And they know that, so they pretty well go where they want to go when I'm on them. So, but you know, in my imagination, I can be a prize horseman. Okay, you ready? Help it. Okay, let's get up on our horse. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Okay, we're holding these reins, kind of like a bicycle, going to help us go where we need to go. Okay, just kind of ride along. Make us kind of want to ride around in your living room a little bit there, or wherever you happen to be watching this. Ride around a little bit, and let's say your horse goes over and starts eating some loco weed. And pretty soon it starts bouncing you really bad. Come on, you're bouncing really bad. Maybe throwing you off. Whoa! Whoa! That's not too smart for an old man. Anyway, all right, let's get back up on that horse. We're not going to let that horse win. Let's go. Come on. Whoa! Now we're doing pretty good. Oh, back over the loco weed. Whoa! Whoa! Bounce, bounce, bounce. Whoa! Okay, you're going to take it. Okay, grab those reins. Pull them in, pull them in. Oh, okay, right. Oh, that's kind of scary, wasn't it? Okay, let's take it over with some good stuff, Dee. Okay, there you go. Oh, that horse is better. There's better. Now, pat the horse on the side. Oh, like that. Maybe kind of scratch right behind the ear. Whoa, like that, like that. All right, let's go to some. Wait some more. Whoa! All right, let's get off. They call that dismount. Friends, as we go riding through the day, we're not be riding a horse, but we have a chance to ride our thinker, to do something with our thinker. We're going to let our thinker go wherever it wants to. There's so much stuff in the news, so much stuff going around. Maybe you hear your parents talking about some stuff. You hear some stuff in the news. You wonder what schools are. There's so many questions we don't know. We're going to get this. We're not going to get this. Will anyone I love get this? So if someone has got it, are they going to live? They're going to... If we just feed on that local stuff, don't have to ignore it. Just don't let our minds dwell there. Let's feed on the good news. Jesus loves, monkey see, monkey do. Jesus loves me, you, us all, no matter what. That's the sort of good news we need to set our minds on. That's what I tried to do over the last day and a half or so when I was wrestling with that stuff. I wasn't feeling so good with it. Had to practice what I'm sharing with you. I have to practice it every day these days. There's so much news and good, bad news going around. Just don't know what to believe and what not to believe. And so let's really work together. You pray for me and I'll pray. Oh, wait a minute. Something I forgot to do before I go. Something I forgot to do. Because you're so helpful to me and all your parents and stuff sent me notes, and I really appreciate that. I want to give you a hug. Can I give you a hug before we go? You remember, I don't know if you remember or not, we have ways of giving hugs. So right now, if you'll do me the favor of giving yourself a hug, okay? tight, really tight. That hug is from me. And more from that, I believe it's from Jesus today. Feel that hug? That hug is from me today. You see, you want to give me one right back? Okay, I'll keep this. Thank you. That's social distancing. My family, my daughter, my wife and I have been doing that over the last few hours in particular with my not feeling so well. We can still give hugs. And let him give us a hug. Because Jesus loves me. You, us all know, no matter what. And yes, we have good news, even in hard times. Let's met our minds, not chew on the loco stuff, not dwell there of what we don't know. Let's make a choice to set our minds on the things we do. Let's close like this. A little hand washing song. Sing it with me, you'll know it. As I begin it, you start going with me. Just as we do this every time we wash our hands the next day, okay? Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong. They are weak, but he is strong. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible tells me so. You know, if we do that, we'll have clean hands, wash the appropriate length of time, and maybe a little bit more. We'll be chewing on the good news rather than the hard times. I pray that today. Let me pray for you right now. Jesus, thank you for good news. We just touched on a little bit of it today, but Lord, there's so much things we don't know, hard time news all around us. Remind us what our grandmas and granddads learned during World War II. Yes, there can be hard times, but as we choose to focus on you, chose to focus on the good news, we can settle in a bit. We can make